Welcome back to Buckmore Park. It's round 5 of the Pro Series Karting Championship, and we're starting towards the back along with most of the other heavyweights. Very difficult to compete in qualifying with the lightweights unless you get one of the quicker karts. As you're going to see driver number 25 taking a little adventure off towards the exterior of the track there. He'll be back, don't worry, and in fact he's going to feature quite heavily in the rest of this video as we try to find our way through the mayhem on lap 1, mixing up with the lightweights. We probably won't be there for very long, have to get out of it there because number 25 Harry Graham is back in the mix. One of the few other heavyweights that will be around me for the majority of this race. I go for a dive down the inside. Unfortunately that's killed most of my speed, and I'm going to have to give the position back to Harry along with 2 of the other lightweights who are here alongside him for the time being. Traffic starts to thin out now as we move into the second lap. I was taken aback actually by how slow that driver, that lightweight, was through that corner. I wasn't expecting that. A little bit of contact there, but I think he's going to live to fight another day. And now we're going to set off in pursuit of Harry, who has opened a little bit of a gap. It takes us a few laps to close that down, but once we get into the slipstream, that tends to make things much easier. Much better drive through hairpin 1, and in fact he is so slow on the exit there that he shocked me a little bit. A little bit of contact there. Everybody lives to fight another day, so nothing too much to worry about there, but now we're back in the slipstream. Let's look for an opportunity to pass. It's not going to be here. It's a yellow flag. You can see an acknowledgement from Harry there as he raises his hand. I was ready to go on that green much more quickly than he was, but obviously you can't re-engage the race until you pass one of those green lights, so I had to let it go on that occasion. But we are directly behind him now, getting sucked into that slipstream. Surely an opportunity is going to come towards the end of this straight. He opens the door. I had to think about it, but we're just not quite close enough. He survives that occasion. Let's see if I can get another good drive through the hairpins and cut that lead down. Much better drive, as you can see. But he is just beginning to pull away again before the slipstream kicks in. Not much we can do through this corner. But through this series of corners there's often an opportunity if you get the line just right. Harry's gone a little bit deep there. Not deep enough for me to get an opportunity, but he's obviously gone very tight on that corner, which hasn't given a good drive out. And now I am very close. You can see just how powerful that slipstream is. Now I don't go for a dive this time. I think he was a little bit proactive. A little bit more proactive in closing that off defensively. You can see we are really closing in through these corners now. Just got to stick with him and hopefully go for the lunge at the end of one of the straighter sections. Much quicker through here. And now much more drive. Am I going to go for the lunge? I'm quite far back. But good awareness there from Harry. He's seen me coming. There's no contact and we get the move done. But the slipstream proved so powerful, in fact, that he's soon able to get me back. Not able to pull away from Harry, just as he was unable to pull away from me. So positions are reset. And look how much closer we get as we enter those higher speed sections. Didn't do a particularly good job of this corner this time around, but Harry's gone very deep again. Just creeping up on him now. And again, look at that slipstream kicking in. Reeling him in at a rate of knots. He's not going to defend this time. Gone fairly deep through the corner, but managed to make it work. I'm going to go defensive on the right to make sure he doesn't lunge me back. And we've got the move done again. But exactly the same thing happens a few laps later. Harry's able to get me back, and on this occasion I kind of lose the rear end going into hairpin 1. Lose a lot of traction, opens a little bit of a gap in front of me. Thankfully Harry doesn't get a great drive out of hairpin 2, which allows me to just about stay in his slipstream and makes my life a little bit easier in terms of recovering that lead. Onto the start finish straight once again. We're a bit further back this time, but you can still see the slipstream having an effect. Managing to carry a little bit more speed through that corner and into hairpin 1 once again. Hairpin 2, can we stay close and get a good drive? It's looking good. Harry has a look over his shoulder. He knows he didn't get a particularly good drive himself out of that corner. Tended to be a little bit better than me on most occasions through this section of the track, and again I think he's opened perhaps a kart length or two on me. Just not enough to escape the slipstream, and we're going to reel him in again quite significantly on the start finish straight. Pretty much equal that time through that corner. And again through hairpin 1, not much in it. Much better drive though for me through hairpin 2, and that's going to set us up well to get back into the slipstream. Let's see if there's anything we can do through this section. Definitely carried a bit more speed that time. Harry's gone a bit deep. And we've got a better drive out of that corner. Fully flat now through all the way onto the start finish straight as we pass Cafe Corner. And again the slipstream definitely coming into play. We're not close enough to have a go this time though. Definitely carrying a little bit more speed into hairpin 1. And again we've got a bit of better drive out of there. And a much better drive out of hairpin 2. Unfortunately, I've chopped off a lot of speed by jumping the curb, but we're still in contention. Take a little bit of curb on the right and then a lot of curb on the left. Slightly better drive out of that corner. And a much better drive out of that one once again as we head on to the start finish straight. Let's see if we can make use of the slipstream this time to regain our position. He's not defending it, so I'm going in. We're going wheel to wheel, and I think we've just about managed to make that one work. So once again, we regain the position. Now a few laps later, we are unceremoniously lapped by the lightweights with their blue plates, one of whom gives me a bit of a thump. See Harry just on the right of your screen there, he's actually waving me back through. Didn't want to take advantage of me being punted there. Good sportsmanship. A few laps later it's our turn to do the lapping. Poor old Steve Brown trundling around in last place. Probably his best opportunity for some good racing action today, despite the fact that he really is being lapped and probably should get out of the way. He's probably been quite lonely most of the day, so I don't want to begrudge him a little bit of entertainment. At the same time though, Harry is still directly behind me, so I don't want to do anything that would open the door for him to get a pass. Tucked well into the slipstream now, and it's going to have to be an opportunistic move. As I say, Harry is still very close, and I'm going to go very deep into this corner. It's a late lunge. Just about managed to stay in control, cover the inside so that no one can lunge me in return, and we've just about got it done. So as we cross the line, we do manage to gain 4 positions on our starting position, finishing just 0.3 of a second in front of Harry. Harry's actually 4th in the championship, and by some miracle, I'm in 7th. I think that's more down to consistency rather than outright pace, because yeah, unless you get one of those top carts as a heavyweight, you are going to struggle. Thanks for watching, and I'll put a few of the other rounds up on the screen for you now. In the meantime, get yourself subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one.